The next thing that we wanted to talk about as far as remaking Blizzard Dota was approaching our hero design a little differently so that we can offer you guys a more epic hero list. One of the really cool things about our trans-dimensional pocket universe that happens to take place in Cyberworld is that there aren't any real rules as to why certain heroes could be in here and why certain heroes aren't. So we're allowed to use heroes from all of our Blizzard universes, whether it's like Arthas and Uther from Warcraft, Zeratul from StarCraft 2, or StarCraft, or Witch Doctor from Diablo. After we came up with a really long list of heroes, we decided to apply some RTS design philosophy to sort of figure out what those hero roles are and what those roles do. The first of those hero roles is actually the tank. Now these guys are like the beefcake, frontline warriors. They've got a lot of health. They have a lot really strong self-sustaining abilities. Like Stitches can devour on a minion and heal himself while dealing damage to the minion. These guys play very sticky because they have very strong crowd control abilities and they have a lot of HP and they generally have some good AoE abilities. So if you let them hang around in your line too much, they're just going to wear you down. The second class is actually the DPS class. Now these guys are designed for assassination and for ganking. They have the highest burst damage out of all the heroes in the entire game, and they also have really strong positioning skills, so they can really put the hurt on the enemy if they get into the right spot at the right time. However, they are very, very squishy, meaning that if they get focused down, they just drop like flies. So they really rely on the tank to sort of provide that frontline defense so that they can really put the hurt on. The third type of class is actually support. As the name implies, these guys offer a lot of support for all of the heroes on the battlefield. They dispense out invaluable buffs and healing that really help a team maintain its tempo. One of the really cool things about support heroes is that when we changed around our game system so that we removed last hit, support heroes no longer were penalized for playing passively in the lane because that's sort of what they do. They need to sort of stick and move throughout and provide healing where it's necessary. But they're not getting, they're actually getting all the money for just participating in the battle. And it sort of feeds into our concept of having more team play oriented gameplay that Johnny will talk about later. The final hero class that we felt that we needed for Blizzard Dota kind of just made sense when we were designing it, and that's the concept of a siege hero. So at the end of the day, Dota is a game about destroying the enemy base. Why not have a hero that's just completely dedicated to destroying the enemy base? A lot of these siege heroes, actually all the siege heroes, have abilities that outrange towers, and if left unchecked, a single siege hero can push a lane from the beginning all the way to the end. So it really puts the pressure on the enemy to respond quickly or they're going to lose. We really feel like this is a fun, sort of heroic opportunity for people that want to play that way. So I've talked a little bit about siege heroes. Let's see one in action. This is Warfield who's actually sieging up, and now you can see his auto attack is actually outranging the tower. As the minions come in close, he's going to drop a bunch of mines and lay down a bunch of suppressive firepower that do a lot of very low DPS, but it's AoE effects, so it's great against minions. As you can see here, Warfield's minions are actually coming up, but Warfield actually didn't really need it. He can actually take out this tower all by himself. If there were DPS meters in Blizzard Dota, these guys would be topping the charts all the time. The final thing, I'm sure many of you who are familiar with Blizzard design philosophy, is that we decided to design our heroes with core game mechanics that we didn't want to duplicate from one hero to another. All the heroes are going to have signature abilities that will make them stand out from the rest, and we really want to put a lot of tender love and care into each and every one of our heroes.